fill your pipeline with consistent, incredible design projects? As a CEO, you always have to be thinking, who are my ideal clients and where are they hanging out so you can be right there with them? Today we're going to talk about some simple strategies to make sure that you land your next design project. We'll raise a glass and think tank your business to make sure that you are making more money, have more creative freedom, and have more free time. I'm Sandra Funk, and this is Design Sips. Cheers. Let's dig in. As I said, really understanding who your ideal client is the number one thing that you need to do even before you start any other marketing. So if you've not done ideal client avatar work, Google it, look it up, run to your nearest whiteboard, tablet, however you do your brainstorming, and get started. It's really important to understand exactly who the perfect client is for you. A couple of ways to do this. Often there's a client that you've already worked with that was perfect, right? They had the right budget for what you were thinking, they understood the timeline, they valued your fees, and they're in your market. Maybe they have kids, are empty nesters, it's a bachelor, it's a bachelorette, it's a single mother. Look for those commonalities in your ideal projects and really look to the clients in those projects. What about them are similar and what made that project work so well? Once you can get inside the head of your ideal client and really get to know who that ideal client is, then you can start to make sure that every single bit of your marketing is speaking directly to just that ideal client. The dream is that when you're speaking directly to your ideal client, when someone like your ideal client hears that marketing, it resonates with them. They think, oh, that would work for me. The reasons that it's important. Maybe your ideal client is a boater or a golfer or a big vacationer, a big traveler. You're speaking different things. You're talking about making sure that your home is a haven to come back to from all your travels. You can see, or maybe it's getting ready to host a big, night on the boat. Well, have the home and the backyard connection all in flow so that you can roll right onto the water and host the big party at the end of the night. So you really want to be thinking, who are my ideal clients so that your marketing can speak directly to them. I like it. Cheers. So once you do the work and you really understand who your clients are, it's time to make sure that you are putting yourself in front of them. So one of my tactics early in my career, my husband is a big golfer, so he joined a local golf club. Well, let me tell you, I'm not a big golfer, but I knew that I was moving into a new neighborhood and I needed to get to know the community and the women in the neighborhood, and I needed wonderful, beautiful, ideal clients. My ideal clients were at that golf club, so I started playing 9-holers for 3 years. Again, golf is not my thing, but meeting people and getting to know the community and certainly building a referral network for interior design is my thing. Also, that parlayed into community service, organizations, charitable events, all kinds of different activities that this group of ideal clients were involved in that I then got myself involved in. So it's not that I was doing things that I didn't like. I was having a really good time with the golfing, even though golf is not my forte. I was never good at it, but it was a really good time. Similarly, the charitable events, the organizations, all of that stuff. I let my own desires drive me, but I made sure that I was staying in front of my ideal clients the whole way through. Like I said, it's important to show up where your ideal client is, but maybe you don't have time to do a 9-holers golf or you don't have time to join a charitable organization. But what you can do is you can give design services, a design consultation, or a certain amount of design time to the nearby private school auctions. So you can look at your neighborhood and figure out, where do I need to be to make sure that the right people in the right neighborhoods that fit my ideal client avatar know my name. I did a million of these auctions early in my career, and one of the best things you can do, it's not the most fun in my opinion, but it definitely was worth it, is put together a slideshow of your portfolio so there's movement and action happening at your station, and go stand there and talk to people. Do the networking. When you're early in your career and you have time to do this because you don't have a pipeline full of clients, it's worth its weight in gold. I was chatting with a standard member the other day, and she was talking about how she wanted to work with sports stars. And so she needed to figure out how she was going to get in front of them and get to know them. Brilliant. She went 3 steps back and showed up at a sports camp and got to know the people running it. So it was run by the same people who are associated with the professional sports team, but they were running a summer camp. Can you see how, if you're thinking about who's influencing your ideal client, who already knows your ideal client, and go 3 steps back and make that introduction. Offer to help out, offer to be a sponsor for their next big event. It's incredible when you start to think back from who has influence and who's a trusted advisor to your ideal client, and that's the person that you start to build a relationship with. An obvious one over the years has always been realtors, and obviously you can also work through builders, architects. There's a million different ways to do this, but you need to look into your community and start to understand. Maybe it's the florist, the framer, the jeweler. Who has the attention and the client list that you want? Now go introduce yourself, partner with them, offer your services, figure out a way to get to know their clients so they can become your clients too. Cheers to that. Now that you know exactly how to go out and find that perfect client, I want you to be ready when they knock on your door. Go check out my video on how to price with flat fees that clients absolutely love. I'll see you next time. Cheers.